Do you sit on the edge of your bed for a moment before you even think about standing up? Do your knees feel stiff the second your feet hit the floor, almost like they need permission to move? Maybe you've noticed it takes a few minutes before you're actually walking normally, shuffling carefully to the bathroom instead of moving the way you used to. If any of that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone, and more importantly, this isn't something you simply have to live with for the rest of your life. There are real reasons this happens every single morning, and once you understand them, there are simple, practical ways to make it easier, sometimes starting tomorrow. Here's something most people never stop to think about, even though they experience it every single day. That stiffness you feel first thing in the morning isn't random, and it isn't just you getting older in some vague, unavoidable way. It's your body responding to several specific things that happen overnight while you're sleeping. Things that are completely explainable and, more importantly, completely manageable once you know what's actually going on. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your mornings feel the way they do, and you'll have a handful of simple habits you can start using immediately to make standing up and walking feel noticeably easier again. Let's start with what's actually happening inside your body while you sleep. Because understanding the mechanics here makes everything else make sense. Your joints rely on a natural lubricant called synovial fluid to move smoothly, almost like oil in an engine, and that fluid circulates best when you're moving throughout the day. But when you lie still for 7 or 8 hours overnight, that fluid isn't being actively circulated, which means your joints genuinely are a little less lubricated the moment you wake up, and that's exactly why that first movement out of bed can feel stiffer and more resistant than it will an hour later. At the same time, your muscles cool down significantly during sleep, since your body temperature naturally drops a little overnight. And cooler muscles are simply less flexible and less responsive than warm ones. On top of that, your circulation slows down while you're lying still for extended periods, meaning less blood flow is reaching your muscles and joints compared to when you're upright and moving during the day. None of these three things are dangerous or alarming on their own. They're just normal physiological realities, but together they explain exactly why that first stand of the day often feels so much harder than getting up later in the afternoon. Now, before we go any further, I want you to actually pay attention to your own body tomorrow morning, because information without self-awareness doesn't really help you make progress. When you wake up, notice how many seconds pass before you can comfortably stand up and hold that position without wobbling or needing to steady yourself. Then take 10 smooth steps forward and pay attention to whether they feel normal and controlled, or whether you're shuffling carefully, holding onto furniture, or moving with visible hesitation. Here's what those observations actually tell you, and I want to be clear that there's no need to panic no matter what you notice tomorrow morning. If you're able to stand within a few seconds and walk those first 10 steps smoothly, that's a genuinely good sign, and it means your body is transitioning out of rest mode fairly efficiently. If it takes you longer, if you find yourself needing to hold on to the nightstand or the wall, or if those first several steps feel noticeably stiff and cautious, that's useful information too. Not a reason to feel discouraged, simply a clear signal about exactly where to focus your attention moving forward. So let's talk about the specific hidden causes behind this stiffness. Because once you understand what's actually contributing to it, the solutions become so much more obvious and effective. The first major factor is hip weakness, and this one surprises a lot of people because we don't usually think about our hips until they're causing us trouble. Your hip muscles are responsible for stabilizing your entire lower body every time you stand, walk, or change position. And when they're weak, that first transition from lying to standing requires significantly more effort and often feels shakier than it should. The second factor is tight calves, something that develops gradually over years, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting during the day or sleeping with your feet in a fixed position overnight. Tight calf muscles directly limit how far your ankle can flex, which affects your entire walking pattern, particularly during those first several steps when your body is still transitioning out of a resting state. The third factor is weak glutes, and these muscles matter enormously here because they're what actually help push your body upright when you stand. Working alongside your hips to generate that initial lifting motion, so when they're underused, that first stand genuinely does take noticeably more conscious effort. The fourth factor is poor ankle mobility, which often gets completely overlooked even though your ankles are doing an enormous amount of subtle balancing work with every single step you take. When your ankles have lost some of their natural range of motion, your body has to compensate by moving more cautiously and rigidly, especially first thing in the morning when everything is already a little stiffer than usual. The fifth factor, and this one is genuinely simple but often ignored, is dehydration, because your body loses fluid overnight through breathing and basic bodily functions. And that mild overnight dehydration can leave your muscles feeling tighter and less responsive than they would be if you were properly hydrated. And the sixth factor is simply low daily movement overall, meaning if your body spends most of each day sitting, whether at a desk, in a favorite chair, or in the car, that pattern of inactivity compounds over time and makes that first morning transition feel progressively harder since your muscles and joints have less regular movement to rely on for maintaining their natural flexibility and responsiveness. Now let's talk about what you can actually do about all of this, because understanding these causes is only useful if it leads to real, practical changes you can start using immediately. The first thing I want you to try, and you can literally do this without even getting out of bed, is called ankle pumps. While you're still lying down, simply flex your feet up toward your shins, then point them back down, repeating this slow motion 10 to 15 times before you even sit up. This gently gets circulation moving through your lower legs and begins waking up those ankle joints before you ask them to actually support your full body weight. The second exercise is knee hugs, and this one feels wonderful for loosening up your hips and lower back right where you are in bed. Simply bring one knee up toward your chest, gently hold it there for a few seconds, then switch to the other side, moving slowly and never forcing the stretch beyond what feels comfortable. This helps release some of that overnight stiffness in your hip joints specifically, making that eventual transition to standing feel noticeably smoother when you're ready to actually get up. The third exercise is seated marches, which you can do sitting on the edge of your bed before you fully stand, essentially lifting one knee up toward your chest while seated, then lowering it and repeating with the other leg. This wakes up your hip flexors and gets blood flowing through your legs while you're still in a stable, supported position, bridging that gap between lying down and actually bearing your full weight while standing. Doing 8 to 10 repetitions on each side takes less than a minute, but makes a genuinely noticeable difference in how ready your legs feel for that first stand. The fourth movement is the actual sit-to-stand transition itself, but doing it mindfully rather than just rushing through it the way most people do without thinking. Sit at the edge of your bed with your feet flat on the floor, then stand up slowly and deliberately, pausing for a moment once you're fully upright before taking your first step, giving your body a brief moment to confirm its balance before asking it to walk. This small pause might feel unnecessary at first, but it genuinely reduces that wobbly, uncertain feeling many people experience in those very first steps of the day. And the fifth piece of this puzzle is simply gentle walking once you're up, deliberately taking those first 10 to 15 steps a little slower and more intentionally than you might otherwise, almost treating it like a brief warm-up rather than rushing straight into your normal pace. This gives your joints and muscles a proper chance to finish transitioning out of that overnight stiffness rather than forcing them to snap immediately into full activity, which is often exactly when people feel that sharp, uncomfortable stiffness most intensely. I want you to notice something important about everything we've just covered, because it matters more than any individual exercise instruction. None of these movements require you to get out of bed early, buy special equipment, or dramatically change your morning routine. They fit directly into the few minutes you're already spending waking up, transforming what used to be a stiff, uncomfortable transition into a brief, intentional warm-up that actually prepares your body properly for the day ahead. The goal was never to eliminate every trace of morning stiffness overnight, because some of that is simply a normal part of how bodies work, but rather to make that transition feel manageable, comfortable, and safe, rather than something you dread or rush through carelessly. Think about what this actually protects in your daily life, because that's really the point of all of this. It's not really about the first few minutes after waking up, it's about starting your entire day on solid, stable footing rather than beginning it already feeling unsteady and cautious. A smoother morning transition often sets the tone for how confident and capable you feel moving through the rest of your day, whether that's walking to get your morning coffee, heading out for errands, or simply moving comfortably around your own home without that nagging worry about your balance or your joints. Your mornings don't have to keep getting harder year after year. And this genuinely isn't something you simply have to accept as an unavoidable part of getting older. Small, consistent changes, the kind we just walked through together, can make standing up, walking those first steps, and moving through your morning routine feel noticeably easier again, often within just a few weeks of consistent practice. This isn't about dramatic transformation or complicated routines, it's about a handful of simple, honest minutes each morning that genuinely add up over time into real, lasting improvement. So here's what I'd like you to do starting tomorrow morning. Before you even sit up, try those ankle pumps and knee hugs right there in bed. Then move through the seated marches before standing up mindfully and taking those first several steps a little more slowly and intentionally than usual. Pay attention to how different it feels compared to your normal rushed routine, and then come down to the comments and tell me honestly, how long does it usually take you to feel steady in the morning? Your answer might be exactly what helps someone else reading through these comments finally understand that this stiffness they've been quietly living with isn't something they simply have to accept, and that a few honest minutes each morning really can make a genuine difference in how the rest of their day feels.